What's up, GoBots? It's your boy Alex. You've docked at Seeker Sentral for pool number 3 of our Wave 3 box opening. We've been doing sealed pools out of our Wave 3 box, and this is the third one that we've done. The first one, as just a little recap, we had a Sergeant Cog. It was the second pack that we opened, and then just a smattering of smaller characters. The second one we opened an Elite of 1, but decided not to play her in favor of Trigger Happy, Aimless, and Red Alert. That's a cool one. We did pull Fuel Cache. So we're just going to get to Wave... let's talk about things correctly. Pool number 3. We're going to set a timer for 20 minutes because that is how long we have to construct our sealed pool in the official rules set. So let's get to it. We're going to... before we get started, just so I can get explaining things out of the way before I eat into my time. So it's for those unfamiliar, if this is your first video in this series you're watching, we are going to be opening up 6 packs of Wave 3. We are going to be building a 25-star deck, so between our characters and our battle cards, and our battle deck is going to be 25 cards minimum. So we have our 6 packs. We're going to open them one at a time. We're going to take a look at the characters first, and figure out kind of what we're going to do for a team and what direction we want to try to go in. Then we're going to open up the battle cards and sort them as we open them up and see if there's any obvious synergies that we have in the battle cards. Like if we have a whole bunch of black, a whole bunch of orange, or a whole bunch of blue, we can see what we're trying to do. So without further ado, we're going to hit go on the timer and get going with this sealed pool. So boop, we are rolling out. Okay, I'm going to start things off with a private sideswipe, not my favorite character, and a private mudslinger. Again, kind of, it's really hard to control what characters are KO'd, so sideswipe is just not a high impact card. We've got a private Red Alert though, which I like, and look, another Raider Aimless. To go back and look and see if the Red Alert pack in the last pool contained the Aimless as well. There have been noted collation issues with this set. So yes, we have a Raider Run Amok. If we can find his brother, that is going to be awesome. I love that combination. They flip each other back and forth. Raider Run Amok in bot mode reads, when you flip to this mode, draw a card. If you have a runabout on the battlefield, flip him from alt mode to bot mode, and then it's blank on the other side. So you can flip this, and then flips the other one, and then that one flips to flip this one, and then this one flips to that one, and then boop, 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 boop. It's really cool. It's a super cool deck, and it heals itself. This one draws a card. Runabout heals itself, and Run Amok, it's really cool. All right, so we've got private RC and a tote. We just have an Aimless now that I'm excited about, and the small characters. You don't have to run a small character if you don't want to. You do not have to. Aimless is pretty great though, and if we can fit in a situation where we have bold granting utility and utilities and a few EMP waves, this can be great. And we pulled a Captain Ironhide. Now, I played one sealed pool with him over release weekend and was a bit underwhelmed. For a 9 cost, 12 health, 2 defense is not a whole lot, and you're really not going to be doing anything of relevance with when this attacks. and has a weapon, you may swap that weapon with a blue weapon from your hand. In this set, there are not a lot of weapons that have enter the battlefield triggers. So there's not a whole lot of instances where that's going to be beneficial. Now you can, for instance, let's say you have a smoke thrower on Ironhide and a blue pipped weapon in your hand. You can attack, put the bold trigger from the smoke thrower on the stack, for lack of a better term. I'm formerly a Magic player. And then we have a private Trailbreaker as our last one. And then, and a private Traxodon. I actually like that one. You could stack the bold and then swap over a weapon that gives a static bonus. Okay, so let's do what we did last time and flip over to our star count and see where we're at with star counts. So we're not going to be playing, I don't think we're going to play Run Amok by himself. Not a super great character. And I'm going to put Trailbreaker up here because unless we get a force field, not a great character at 10 stars. Now it does have 5 attack, and it has the bot mode ability. Well, this has an armor. He has Brave, so you could put the force field on him and then force them to attack into it and waste some damage. So we do have Trailbreaker, which if we have the force field, we'll think about playing him. I'm not really going to consider Sideswipe because, especially if we're going to try to play Aimless or Taraxodon, they don't go to the KO pile right away. They go to, as they're an upgrade, so that's going to be even less benefit. So that's going to go up here for sure. And then I think we're for sure going to want to try to do Red Alert. So we have 7 and then 8. So 7 and 8 is 15. So we would have 10 stars left. So we could run Ironhide at plus a star card, or we could run Aimless and 4 star cards, or we could run a 4-wide team with Mudslinger. We'd probably do Stakeout because it's more attack. It's not going to survive for a lot anyway. And you could use Stakeout to tap, repair, flip. Or, yeah, that would really be the only instance you would want to do that. Or you could technically run Ravage, but I think let's before we make this decision, let's try to commit to RC and Red Alert, because they're both actually pretty fantastic characters, and Ironhide or possibly Trailbreaker, and open up our battle cards because now we have 15 minutes left. We're talking a lot, but we're having fun. So we've got Diagnosis, Urban Camo. We're going to go action, weapon, utility, armor, secret action. Dismantle, love this because you can get rid of weaponizers. Device virus, again, a way to do that. And then we have a micro capacitor. When the upgraded character uses a tap ability, untap that character and scrap this instead. It's a no pipped card. Probably not going to be using the micro capacitor. We also have a hiding spot. Put that up in the nose. Nobody likes a nose. Oh, hey, look, top card is Diagnosis. So we have another Diagnosis, which, kind of incentivizes doing RC, Red Alert, and Taraxodon, because I think we could do Taraxodon and Tote. Or Taraxodon and Stakeout. I'll have to do the math in a sec. Actually, let's just do the math for that right now, because two Diagnosis with an all Autobot team is great. So we have 15, and then we would have 15 plus 6 is 21, and then Stakeout is 24. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to want to do. Yeah, let's, yep, so this is 10, and this is 15. Yep, okay. that this is going to be our team, unless we get a whole bunch of force fields. But we don't have any force fields yet. Let's get back to opening. All right, utility. Action, a steady shot. This is a 25-star lineup, so we're not going to be running any star cards. So the EMP wave is just going to be up there. And we have an infiltrate, which can be, this is great. It's a blue pipped card, and you can definitely get a feel for when you want to be playing it while you're doing it. We have a defensive formation, which gives +1 defense when you reveal it. And then we have reflective armor. We have 2 personal targeting drones, which I'm not a big fan of. We have a HV electron breacher. Since we're all running all Autobot, we're not going to be doing it. We have a star card and a full loadout. And then we have Ultra Magnus armor as a double star card. It's super awesome and wonderful and great, and I love it. And we may end up deciding to run it plus full loadout, and probably not EMP wave. But let's just put EMP wave up there for with the more star cards, because we may do that instead of stakeout. Back to opening. Medic, more healing. Brainstorm, frag toss. We're not going to be playing that. Squish them like bugs. All of our stuff is small. Fire Conflame. We're not playing that. And we let's see how many ranged characters we have for reflex circuits. We have Specialist in Stakeout, Melee in Terraxodon, Melee in RC, and Melee in Red Alert. So reflex circuits not happening. All right, on we go. Okay, we have a Smoke Cloak, a Pep Talk, Basic Combat Protocol, another HV Electron Breacher, Rock Toss, and a Battering Ram, which we don't have any trucks, but we do have an Ironhide and a Trailbreaker. But honestly, Battering Ram in this format is just a +2 that benefits your opponent, because your opponent's going to have a lot of things that are going to get benefit when they flip, and you're not going to want to flip them. Battering Ram feels like a constructed sideboard card. All right, 3rd personal targeting drone, a Urban Camo. Wow, we have a lot of utilities. We did find our first force field right at the end. We got a backup bag, which I don't like at all. We've talked about it before. We have a covert armor and another reflex circuits. All right, so let's put these 3 cards to the side right now, because these would be the 4 star cards that we would run, and let's see how many cards we have total in here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we actually need to pull 2 cards from our what's it called? No pile, and put them into the maybe pile. So we do not have, well, so where are we getting benefit from flipping? Only Red Alert. And we're getting 5 health, 3 attack, or 2 attack, 1 defense in bot mode. So I don't think that's what we want. I think doing this is going to be better than running a tote. Running a tote! We could also do... no, I like the double diagnosis. But we did get 2 HV electron blasters, which would supplement our... No, but then it would only be good on aimless, and I don't think that's what we want to be doing. No, that's too narrow. So we're going to put this in. We have more... Ooh, we were stacking our... No wonder it looked like we had so many armor. All right. Not super thrilled about the fact that we have 3 targeting drone. I think we have to cut 1. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, we need to cut 1. So we're going to cut one of these, and we're going to add that and an armor over here. And I think this is what we're going to want to I don't know. Going 4 wide makes having a weaponizer so much better. So if we go with that, we could run the Trailbreaker instead of the RC, and then cut the EMP wave. Yeah, I think we'd want to cut the EMP wave and add in... It's a melee character again, so we're not doing the circuits. But it is a truck, so we're going to throw the battering ram in because we want the weapon. Yeah, so this would be 15, 17, 17, 18, 18, 23, 24. Ooh, actually, no, we wouldn't be able to do that, would we? We'd only be able to run Ultra Magnus armor instead of full loadout, and we kind of want to run both. So maybe we don't run the Trailbreaker and we run the Ironhide, but again, we don't have the weapons to swap back and forth, and this has higher attack with the same amount of health. So we're going to run the RC. We're going to run the RC, the Private Tyraxodon, and Red Alert. We have a fair amount of white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did not get a fuel cache, which is not great. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're at an okay to get that done. However, Binary Edgewing Scythe is not really going to be seeing a lot of benefit. Now, what we could do... No, we don't want to do... We don't want to run aimless. We're just not running enough blue and enough ways to enable blue. I mean, if we had a bunch of basic combat protocols, I'd feel a lot better about it. But we don't. So we're not. So I don't feel better about it. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. So I think this, given the circumstances, is the best build that we can do. Yeah, because like Firecon Flame, we don't even have a Firecon. Microcapacitor, we don't have any tap abilities. We're not running a bunch of tap characters. So I think this is where I am going to settle on for our sweepstakes. Yeah, adding 5 health to our pool, I just don't think is worth giving up all of our star cards, given what the cards that we'd have to replace them with would be. Because now, is either of these a ranged character? I mean, Private Tote is a truck, so it could get Battering Ram, but it's a melee character. So that's something. That is definitely something. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black cards. So, and we don't have any reason to untap anything. Because there's no reason to untap a Tyraxodon. So we wouldn't really be doing that. And we don't really have any benefit from stake. We're not getting any benefit from Stakeout's tap ability. And Mudslinger's a 5 cost, so we can't run it. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's just do one more count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. All right. So this would be 25. That's 25, and we're coming in a little ahead of schedule this time. I'm actually reasonably excited about this. Yeah, I think I'm reasonably excited about this. We have we have space for the EMP wave, don't we? Because this is 15, and I can have 4 stars, so we do have room for the EMP wave. We do have room for the EMP wave. Yes, we do have room for the EMP wave, so let's put this in and take the battering ram out. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Yeah, okay. Yes, because we're not running a truck anymore. We're going back to doing this. So that we don't have anything to put on. I'd rather a double blue pip card than a blue pip card that I can't use. So, all right. This is... Ooh. My big fat head bumped the camera. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, so this is what I'm going to settle on for our deck, and so I'm just going to stop the timer, and then we'll discuss what this particular build is. And I'm just going to put this stuff off to the side now, so I'm not even tempted to think or look at it. I'm not going to, fantasize about any of the packs or other packs in the pool or anything like that. So let's cancel our timer. We'll get rid of that altogether. Okay, so we have some pretty great cards here. We don't have a lot of white for our private red alert, but we have enough. The big thing though is we're able to run 3 double pipped cards. Again, I would love for EMP Wave to be fuel cache. I would do just about anything for that to be the case, but it's not the case, so we have to make do with what we have. So for card draw, we have Diagnosis and Pep Talk, and then we can pair that with Brainstorm, which is great. And then on the other side of actions, we have a Dismantle, which can scrap an enemy weapon or an armor, but only weapon or armor, not a utility, so you can't use it to get rid of an erratic hand grenade, even though you would think your grenade is a weapon, because it's a grenade, but it's a utility. It's an awesome utility, but it's a utility. And then we also have 3... I didn't go through. So we Dismantle Device Virus, which is... basically our 2 pieces of Upright Disruption, Steady Shot, which is going to give us a +2 attack, powered down, leap into battle, but it has a black pip as well. Medic and a Rock Toss. This can be, you can find yourself late in games where you untap and it's your turn. Where you both have one character, and in that, if you both have one character, so if that's the case, then you're never going to be able to use a Rock Toss, because on your turn, you will always have the opposing characters being untapped. Okay, so we have this for our actions, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so we're right at 12, 13, 14, but EMP is whatever, so 14. 14 is a little over half, but we do have a Brainstorm, so we can do something twice at least once, which is something. And then but we also have one of them is a full loadout, which allows us to play upgrades, which is cool. So anywho, for upgrades, we have only 1 weapon, which isn't great. I'd really like to have more, but you can't always get what you want. You can try. But we do have 2 urban camo, 2 personal attack targeting drone, and a basic combat protocol for utility, which are all value-adding utilities. That's great. So if we don't have weapons, we still at least have utilities that add, relevant things. And then we have for armor, we have a reactive armor, smoke cloak, force field, and covert armor. All of our characters are melee characters, so this is going to be great. And yes, if we go up against specialists, you get the extra bonus. Don't forget about it. Don't sleep on that, because that can be a big game changer. With the force field, which is wonderful for if Taraxodon is at 5 and you want to use Taraxodon to soak up more attacks and put your opponent in a worse position, Taraxodon, the force field is great. Again, it also works obviously with Red Alert and everything else. And reactive armor, one thing to remember, if you have reactive armor on here, and then you play on a character, and then you play an Ultra Magnus armor on that character, that scraps the reactive armor and you get rid of their armor. On the not flip side, but related to that, if you have reactive armor on a character, let's say you have it on RC, or better yet, Taraxodon, and Taraxodon is KO'd, that scraps the armor, all of the upgrades that are on it. So this would get scrapped if it was on Taraxodon. And that would then allow you to scrap an armor in that case. So I like this. I think it's definitely capable of winning games. It has not a ton of health. We're at 11 plus 12 is 23, plus 9 is 32. So, we're on the lower end of the average scale, but we're not totally terrible. But I'm pretty satisfied with this one. I hope you'll join us for the next pool number 4. I'm your boy Alex. This is Seeker Central. I hope you guys are enjoying Wave 3 as much as I have been so far. It's a really interesting design exercise in terms of figuring out when and where you're trying to leverage Pierce to get rid of stuff, and then also making up for the fact that there are far fewer orange pips. So until next time, GoBots, go out and seek higher skies.